So we got interrupted last week. Don't know what happened. Pretty sure battery died, and I was just out of it enough that I took zero notice. So that said, summary last week, we're dealing with car lot work and trying to bolster that volume, 15 to 20 cars. We did land a lot on Friday. I'm not terribly impressed with that lot. Found out this week another lot we've been pulling intermittent work from may or may not be doing so great. When you walk into the office and there's someone on the phone on speaker discussing how fucked up their boss and their job is and how things aren't going so good, bills aren't getting paid, we left. I'll bother that car lot another day, maybe. But as I've gotten, I won't say belligerent, but to the point of it's non-apologetic soliciting these car lots. You got good car lots that put out nice, mechanically sound cars and allow us to facilitate reasonable to good repairs. Then you have the others. We all know exactly what I'm talking about. Darren raised an interesting point, and I'm going to look into it. I'd like to say I'll have time this week, is the rental agencies. Mind you, we do have a sizable enough small airport here, and several rental agencies around town, so that might be something to look at. I'm up on the north side of Des Moines, and I have a tendency to stay the fuck out of the south side of Des Moines. One, it's so damn far away from the shop. Small, wham bam, thank you ma'am, $500-600 jobs, you start losing money just in transit, just moving cars around. You'll lose a guy half a day transferring cars around. But I get these folks on the phone, I lay it out, and this much a panel, this is the type of work I do, this is a system-dependent shop. You know, the other side, the primary side, is a restoration shop. I'm more than happy to take your money, use it as cash flow, but more importantly, this is what you get. We slowed down our production roll this week. I'm taking a step back off of the general workflow and managing the general workflow. I wish I could find one more guy for this. I think we're going to have enough volume to support and feed another guy, and in turn the work they accomplish would, another person, I'm not going to say guy, let's not be sexist here, boys, another person. I think there's enough workflow going on, and someone coming in would bolster that workflow enough to support and feed and make something off of that. But finding qualified help's impossible right now, especially for a shop in my status. Because we're kind of stuck in a limbo world. We're not really a full-blown resto hot rod shop yet because we're not established enough. I've only been at it with this shop for 5 years, not even, but coming up on. But seriously doing it, something past a sophisticated hobbyist, really, for the last year and a half or so. And putting out what I would call good to excellent quality work for the last year, 8 months. Everything else, you can make a paint job, a rough paint job, look excellent with enough wet sanding and polishing. But that's not the goal we're trying to reach. We don't want to put in 80 hours post work on a paint job to make it look nice, and that's where I started. The cars left looking excellent. They didn't leave the spray area looking excellent, though. Now I'm getting cars right off the gun that for a car lot I can ship. For a customer, they can be nibbed and spot polished. So in working on the business, I'm teaching the guys system by rote and enforcing it and reinforcing that, because our quality slipped in the last couple of weeks on this car lot work. So I have to slow down. We can't push. When you start pushing in those terms, your quality slips further and you lose more customers. And you end up right back where we started, broke and wondering how the hell we're going to pay the bills Friday. I've been working on the computer. I've been manually writing down, keeping a worksheet of jobs in and out, gross totals, hard costs involved. I never looked back at it. I just knew I needed that information. And I would use the information periodically over the last year just to see where we're at that week or that month on necessities. Well, I sit down and I put it all into an Excel spreadsheet. Now I can track it. I can go back quarter by quarter. I can go back, I've got a year's worth of basic records now. As opposed to the last year of records, the last quarter, March, April, May, not fiscal quarter, but the last 3 months, full 3 months I can look at, we're up on a gross volume 25%. So over the course of a year, the average of the last year was, in the last 3 months, was 25% higher than the average of the last year. Last month was our highest gross totals ever, and still not there. It's still not enough, but it's getting to points of being survivable. That's it. That's the struggle of a small shop trying to establish itself, legitimize itself in the community setting it's in. I started at under the bottom without adequate training or specified skills, and we've come a long ways. We've come a really long ways. And looking at other people's work, both on the restoration side of the realm and the cash flow work we do, we're coming along nicely. I feel we got some distance to travel, but we're coming along nicely. And I'm going to try to persuade some of these rental companies to shove us things. We'll see how that goes. We have been getting more calls for scrub and shoot on classics, custom metalwork, custom fabrication, installation applications. Those calls are increasing, which is fantastic. Out of necessity per the job, the restorations, especially anything custom, I give an idea of our financial commitments required, and we bill time and materials. So there goes another worksheet that I have to put together to show them where their time and materials are going. So I have to start establishing some baseline numbers for consistency's sake now too. But compiling the data I already have scribbled down, I'm going to be able to follow that up nicely. That's life in a nutshell. It is scorching here in Iowa. It got very, very hot the last few days. So I'm going to duck back in the AC. I'm just going to drop this file into Movie Maker and get it published off. Hopefully I get all the footage this time. I want to thank you guys for sticking it out. I'm done. I'm going to get this done, figure out what the family's doing today, and I got shit I want to do at the shop and get taken care of. And I need to mow my shaggy grass because it's bad. And get some stuff done around the yard. Hopefully it'll cool off a little bit this week and I can get some of this done without being beat down in hot, humid weather. And if I can't, well, I'll do it in hot, humid weather. We'll chat to you soon. You take care.